Hello, my name is Justin McCarthy. I'm a Massachusetts lawyer, and in this video I'm going to talk about tenancy. If you own real estate with another person or with multiple people, then you have some form of tenancy with those other people. So essentially you'll get the deed to the property. It'll state your name as the grantee or the person receiving the property, and the other people who are also going to own. And then it'll state how you own that property with the other person. So there's essentially four ways you can own property, or four forms of tenancy. The first is tenants in common. And what this means is, if you're a tenant in common, somebody else owns the property along with you, and either you or the other person dies, that person's share, the dead owner's share, will go to his or her heirs and not to the surviving owner. All right? More common is what's called joint tenancy. If you are a joint tenant, then what that means is if one of the owners dies, then that owner's interest will go to the surviving owner or the surviving owners. And there's no need to go through probate or do anything other than record the death certificate at the Registry of Deeds. Another form of joint ownership is tenants by the entirety. And this is a form of joint ownership that married couples have. And it's just like joint tenancy, except there are some additional safeguards, which we won't get into here. But it's essentially, in most ways, just another form of joint tenancy. And then lastly, a common form of tenancy is a life estate tenancy. What happens is you execute a life estate deed, and the person conveying the property retains what's called the life estate. So the person conveys it usually to their kids, and they say that they will own the property, or not own it, but continue to live there as if it were their property until they pass away. And then once that happens, then the grantees in the deed, who are referred to as the remaindermen, they will become the owners of the property, and again, they won't have to go through probate. All right, they'd simply need to record the death certificate in the Registry of Deeds. Okay, so if you own property with another person, you should look at the deed, and it'll tell you on the deed whether it's a joint tenancy, a tenancy by the entirety, tenants in common. Now, if it's silent, that means you're tenants in common, and if one of the two owners were to pass away, then you got to go through probate, and the decedent or the dead owner's share will go to their heirs instead of to the surviving owner. All right? So if you have any questions, send me an email, give me a phone call. I'd be happy to talk about it with you. Thank you.